The Sky Maiden's Warning. When the sun set over the village of Nika, its golden rays stretched across the river, painting it with fire-like hues. Juma, a humble farmer, cast his net into the water, hoping for a good catch. But as he pulled the net back, his heart stopped. Trapped within was no fish, but a radiant maiden, her skin shimmering like the sky at dusk. "Release me," the maiden pleaded, her voice melodic yet commanding. "I am Naima, a sky maiden, and my capture could bring ruin upon your village." Juma hesitated, but the desperation in Naima's eyes moved him. He untangled her from the net, and as her feet touched the ground, a sudden gust of wind swept through the village, rattling windows and bending trees. Naima gazed at the heavens, her face pale. "You have shown kindness," she said, "but your village faces grave danger. A storm unlike any other will descend from the skies. You must warn your people." Juma brought Naima to the village elder, Mwinyi, whose wisdom was revered. "A storm from the skies?" Mwinyi repeated, stroking his grey beard. "We have faced storms before. This is nothing new." Naima stepped forward. "This is no ordinary storm. The skies are angry because the balance between the heavens and the earth has been disturbed. You must prepare." Mwinyi was skeptical, but Juma believed Naima's urgency. Together, they began warning the villagers, urging them to reinforce their homes and stockpile food and water. Some listened, but others laughed, dismissing Naima's warning as a tale spun from fear. "Why should we believe a stranger?" asked Nuru, a merchant. "The skies have always protected us." As days passed, the skies grew darker, with clouds swirling ominously. The villagers whispered about the unsettling weather. Naima stayed by Juma's side, teaching him about the signs of celestial wrath. Birds flew erratically, and animals fled the forests. "These are warnings," Naima said. "Nature speaks. Will your people listen?" Juma and Naima worked tirelessly, building shelters and guiding those who believed. Among them was Amani, a young girl who looked to the skies with wonder. "If the storm comes," she asked Naima, "will you protect us?" Naima knelt before her. "I will do everything in my power, child, but the strength of the village lies in unity." Meanwhile, dissent grew among the skeptics. Nuru rallied others, claiming Naima was a deceiver. "She brings fear to our village," he said. "We have survived countless storms. This is no different." Juma confronted Nuru. "Your pride blinds you. Naima has no reason to lie. Do you not see the signs?" Naima gifted Juma a feather from her winged cloak, which glowed faintly in the dark. "This will help you find courage," she said, "for doubt and fear will soon test you." One night, as Juma stood by the river, he saw a vision in the water. A storm so fierce it tore trees from the ground and swallowed the village whole. He knew time was running out. The first signs of the storm came as a whisper, a cool breeze that carried an eerie stillness. Naima urged the villagers to complete their preparations. "The storm is near," she warned. "Those who are ready will survive." But Nuru and his followers scoffed. "We will face the storm as we always have, together, under open skies." When the storm arrived, it was unlike anything the villagers had ever seen. The winds howled like wild beasts, and Rain fell in torrents, turning the earth to mud. Naima stood at the center of the village, her arms raised to the sky. "Hold fast!" She cried, "Do not abandon your shelters!" The storm raged for hours, testing the villagers' resolve. Juma and Naima worked tirelessly, helping those in need. Amani's family, whose home had collapsed, found refuge in the shelter Juma had built. "You saved us," Amani's mother said, through tears. "We owe you our lives." As dawn broke, the storm subsided, leaving the village in ruins. Trees lay uprooted, and the river had overflowed its banks. Naima knelt by the water, her face etched with sorrow. "The skies have spoken," she said, "but they are not yet appeased." Mwinyi, humbled by the devastation, approached Naima. "We did not heed your warning," he admitted. "Tell us what we must do to restore balance." Naima explained that the village had taken too much from the land without giving back. "The earth and sky are linked. You must honor both to find peace." Under Naima's guidance, the villagers began planting trees and cleaning the river. They built shrines to honor the skies and held ceremonies to give thanks. Skeptics like Nuru watched in silence, their pride shaken. "Perhaps we were wrong," Nuru admitted to Juma. "Perhaps she truly is a messenger of the skies." Naima, sensing the villagers' growing unity, revealed the final task: a journey to the sacred mountain where the skies and earth meet. "Only there can the balance be fully restored," she said. Juma volunteered to accompany her, knowing the journey would be perilous. "I owe you my life," he said, "and my village owes you its future." Their journey began at dawn, with the villagers gathered to see them off. Amani gave Naima a small talisman. "For luck," she said. "So you'll remember us." Naima smiled. "I will never forget you," she promised. "Your courage gives me strength." Juma and Naima crossed vast plains and dense forests, facing challenges at every turn. Wild animals lurked in the shadows, and the weather grew increasingly erratic. Yet Naima's presence seemed to calm the storms. "The skies test us," she said, "but we will prevail." At the foot of the sacred mountain, they encountered a hermit who lived alone among the rocks. "Few dare to climb," he warned. "The path is treacherous, and the spirits of the mountain are unforgiving." Naima thanked him and began the ascent, Juma close behind. The wind howled, and the path grew steep, but they pressed on, their determination unwavering. The mountain tested their resolve with narrow ledges and sudden rock slides. Juma's hands bled from gripping jagged stones, but he refused to turn back. "The village is counting on us," he said. Naima reached for him, her touch calming his fears. "We are stronger together," she said. "Trust in the journey." At the summit, they found a hidden sanctuary, a pool of crystal-clear water surrounded by glowing stones. Naima knelt beside the pool, her reflection shimmering with celestial light. "This is the heart of the skies," she said. "Here, we will make our plea." Juma watched in awe as Naima sang an ancient hymn, her voice resonating through the air. The pool began to glow, and a figure emerged, a celestial being with wings of light and eyes like stars. "Why have you come?" the being asked, its voice both gentle and powerful. Naima bowed deeply. great guardian of the skies, we seek forgiveness for the village's transgressions. They have learned their lesson and wish to restore the balance. The celestial being studied them for a moment before speaking. Restoration requires sacrifice. Are you willing to give what is most precious to you? Juma stepped forward, his heart pounding. If it means saving my village, I will give whatever is required. The being nodded. Very well. The skies accept your offer, but the journey is not yet complete. The celestial being extended its glowing hand toward Juma, and a soft light surrounded him. Your courage has earned you the chance to redeem your people. You must carry this light back to your village and unite them under its radiance. Naima watched solemnly as Juma accepted the orb of light. This will guide you through the darkness, the being said. But beware, should doubt or division taint your hearts, the light will fade. Descending the sacred mountain proved even more perilous than the climb. The path was shrouded in mist, and each step felt uncertain. Juma clutched the glowing orb tightly, feeling its warmth drive away his fear. Naima walked beside him, her voice steady. Remember, Juma, the light depends on faith. Trust yourself and those who await us below. As they neared the base of the mountain, they encountered the hermit again. His eyes widened at the sight of the glowing orb. You have been blessed by the skies, he said, bowing deeply. Guard that light with your life. It holds the hope of your people. Juma thanked him, and they continued on their journey, their resolve stronger than ever. Back in the village, the people had begun to rebuild, inspired by Naima's teachings. However, cracks of doubt remained, fueled by whispers from Nuru and his remaining followers. What if they never return? Some murmured. What if this is all for nothing? Amani, clutching her talisman, refused to lose hope. They'll come back, she said firmly. I believe in them. When Juma and Naima finally returned, the villagers gathered to greet them. Gasps of awe spread through the crowd as they saw the glowing orb in Juma's hands. This light is a gift from the skies, he announced. It is the key to restoring balance, but only if we work together. The villagers listened, their doubts wavering in the presence of the radiant light. Naima explained the celestial being's warning. The light thrives on unity and trust. If we allow fear or division to take hold, the skies will withdraw their blessing. Nuru, seeing the power of the orb, stepped forward. I was wrong, he admitted. I doubted you, but now I see the truth. Forgive me. Juma approached Nuru and extended his hand. We need everyone to succeed, he said. Your strength can help. Rebuild what was lost. Nuru hesitated before shaking Juma's hand, a flicker of hope lighting his eyes. From that moment, the village began to transform. Skeptics joined the efforts, and the air grew thick with determination. The glowing orb was placed at the center of the village, its light radiating warmth and peace. Under its glow, the villagers worked tirelessly, rebuilding homes, planting crops, and purifying the river. Naima guided them with wisdom, teaching them to live in harmony with the earth and the skies. One day, as the village thrived, dark clouds gathered on the horizon. The villagers panicked, fearing another storm. The skies are testing us, Naima said. "Stay united, and the light will protect us." Juma rallied the villagers, reminding them of their strength. "We've come too far to falter now," he said. "Hold fast and trust in the light." As the storm approached, the glowing orb brightened, casting a protective barrier over the village. Rain poured and winds howled, but the light held strong. The villagers huddled together, their faith unwavering. When the storm passed, the village emerged unscathed, a testament to their unity and resolve. The celestial being appeared once more, its form descending from the skies. "You have proven yourselves worthy," it said. "The balance has been restored, and your village is now a beacon of harmony." Naima bowed before the being, her heart full. "Thank you for granting them a second chance." The celestial being turned to Juma. "You were willing to sacrifice for your people. Your courage has saved them. The skies will forever watch over your village." With that, the being vanished, leaving the orb's light as a lasting gift. The villagers celebrated, their gratitude boundless. They promised never to forget the lessons they had learned. Naima, her mission complete, prepared to return to the skies. Amani clung to her. "Will you come back?" the girl asked, tears in her eyes. Naima smiled gently. "The skies are always with you. Look up, and you'll find me in the stars." Juma walked Naima to the edge of the river, where her radiant cloak awaited. "Thank you," he said, his voice heavy with emotion. "You've given us more than we could ever repay." Naima touched his shoulder. "It was your courage that saved your people. Never forget your strength." As Naima ascended to the heavens, the villagers gathered to watch, their hearts full of awe. A trail of light followed her, painting the sky with vibrant colors. Juma stood silently, the talisman Amani had given her glowing softly in his hand. The village flourished in the years that followed, its people living in harmony with nature and one another. The glowing orb remained at the center, a reminder of their trials and triumphs. Juma became a respected leader, guiding his people with wisdom and compassion. Stories of the Sky Maiden and the farmer spread to neighboring villages, inspiring others to honor the balance between the earth and the skies. Pilgrims came to see the glowing orb, drawn by its radiant light. The village became a symbol of hope and unity. Amani grew into a wise and compassionate leader, her bond with Naima shaping her beliefs. She often gazed at the stars, feeling the Sky Maiden's presence guiding her. "The skies and the earth are one," she would say, "and we are their keepers." Juma, now older, found peace in the village's prosperity. He often walked by the river, reflecting on his journey with Naima. The feather she had given him remained a cherished keepsake. "It all began here," he would tell the younger generation, "with a net, a maiden, and a warning." One night, as the villagers gathered for a festival under the stars, a familiar glow appeared in the sky. Naima's form briefly emerged, her smile radiant. The villagers cheered, knowing she would always watch over them. The glowing orb, though eternal, began to dim slightly, its purpose fulfilled. "It's a sign," Juma said. "We must continue to protect what we've built." The villagers redoubled their efforts, ensuring their legacy would endure. Years passed, and the village became a haven of balance and beauty. Its people lived in harmony, their bond with the skies unbroken. Legends of Naima and Juma became cherished tales passed down through generations. On his final day, Juma sat by the river, gazing at the stars. "I did my part," he whispered. "The rest is up to them." As he closed his eyes, a soft breeze carried his spirit to the heavens. The villagers mourned Juma's passing, but celebrated his life and legacy. They built a shrine in his honor beside the glowing orb to remember his courage. "May his light guide us always," Amani said, placing the feather at the shrine. Amani continued Juma's work, leading the village with grace and wisdom. The bond with the skies grew stronger, marked by an annual festival to honor Naima and Juma. The stars above seemed to shine brighter on those nights. As the years turned to centuries, the story of the Sky Maiden and the farmer became legend. The glowing orb faded into memory, but its lessons endured. The village stood as a testament to the power of unity and faith. On a quiet night, a child gazed at the stars and asked, "Do you think the Sky Maiden is still watching?" Her mother smiled. "Always," she said. "As long as we remember her warning and honor the skies, she will be with us." And so, the light of the skies lived on, eternal and unwavering. Dive into the mesmerizing tale of the Sky Maiden's warning. Witness an unforgettable journey of courage, unity, and redemption. As a humble farmer and a celestial maiden fight to save a village from impending disaster. Will they succeed, or will the heavens bring ruin? Don't miss this captivating story of hope and sacrifice. Hit the play button and join the adventure. Like, comment, and subscribe to You Crave News for more mythical tales that inspire and amaze. Share this story with friends and let the legend unfold together.